Hey, welcome back to Mindset Mondays. I'm Neil from BullMaxProperties.com, and this week we are going to be discussing crushing your fears. That's right, we're going to take a sledgehammer out and we are going to pulverize them. There's three techniques I use to break through and crush my fears. The first is proximity. You have to put yourself in the correct environment. You have to surround yourself with the correct individuals. So, in my environment, if I come across a property that I'm having a problem with, if I come across a deal that something just doesn't look right, if I have an underwriting question, if I have an asset management question, whatever it may be, I have somebody that I can pick up the phone, call, and they'll be able to give me their advice because they've already been where I'm going. So it gives me a safety net. I'm a little bit, I'm not as afraid now to take that leap because I know that if I fall, there's somebody there that'll pick me up, brush me off, and kind of shove me on my way and get me going again. The next one is getting my reps in. So if you're afraid of going up and knocking on somebody's door to sell them your product, if you're afraid of making a cold call to the owner of a property and asking them if they ever considered selling, if you're afraid of calling brokers and initiating the conversation so that they could start sending you leads, the only way you're going to get over that fear is by getting your reps in, by doing it. Um, it's the cold hard truth. There are some things you just have to suck up and push through. Now, with that being said, we go back to your network, right? If you're surrounding yourself with the right people, they will give you the encouragement to allow you to go out there and do these things. Um, Positive imagination. So there's fear is based a lot upon your mind playing tricks on you. Your mind will start telling you stories about why it won't work, about what can go wrong, about how you're going to get hurt in taking on this endeavor. If I leave my W 2, I may not make money. If I don't make any money, then I won't be able to pay my mortgage. If I can't pay my mortgage, I don't have a place to live. I failed my family, yada, yada, yada. It goes on and on and on. Take those negative thoughts and put the positive spin on them. So if I'm looking to when I was starting my business, I have a preschool, and when I was first starting it, it was a complete unknown to us. I had no clue what I was doing, but I still took that leap of faith, and I said to myself, "Can you imagine all the people that I'm going to be able to help? All the mommies that are going to have a place to bring their children and interact with them. All the people that I'm going to be able to help." With their children and the behavior of their children. There are parents out there that they have a problem with their child, a behavioral problem. They're not exactly sure how to handle it. We offer them advice through our expertise. So I imagine all the people that I'm going to be able to help. I imagine all the times I'm going to be able to add value to somebody's life. I imagine that I'm going to open 5 locations, and now you could times the amount of people that I can help by 5. I imagine that I'm going to make boatloads of money, and I'm easily going to be able to pay my mortgage. Now, does all of this always happen? No, I'm not sitting here in fantasy land. But you're never going to take that leap if you have those fears. So if you're surrounded by the right type of person that can pick you up and kind of lead you in the right direction, if you get your reps in, if you use positive imagination so that you don't have the fear of upsetting somebody. Another great positive imagination is you pass by a property, you intend on buying that property, you go to call up the owner, but you have a fear that the owner is going to say no to you, or you have a fear that the owner is going to be upset with you. You have a fear that they're going to start yelling and screaming at you. You make the phone call, but you use positive imagination. So you envision that owner having the problem of they got to sell this property and they don't know how to do it. They've owned it for 30 years. They're not quite sure how to sell the property or who to sell the property to, or how to find the buyer. And now their phone rings, and all of a sudden, all of their prayers have been answered because you decided to make a phone call, because you weren't held back by fear. That is the power of positive imagination. And it's something that you have to use. You have to know that things will go right. And they will go right because you're going to make them go right. Until next week, I want you to continue pushing forward. I want you to continue knocking down walls, and beyond everything else, I want you to be unstoppable.